Can I make a comment about the friends?
Yeah.
It's actually good for us as believers to have a lot of unbelieving friends and to be able to interact with them on regular things. So whether it's school or whether it's playing games there's a life that we live as normal human beings, and we need to be able to connect to people on that level. Because if we cannot reach the world. And God did not just save us to come and be happy and sanctified in a saved life. We still need to be able to connect with them. Now the question is, while I'm connecting with them, how do I bring them to Christ? You need to let them know that Christ is the most important thing to you. I remember when I came to Ottawa Church of God, he's no longer here. He loved the Hondas. You could not talk for more than 30 minutes before you find out that he loves Hondas. It's going to come into his conversation. He wasn't trying to push it in your face, but he loves Hondas. If he talks about cars, the first car he's going to talk about is Honda. Anything that comes is about to give an example about something, is going to use Honda. And so, as you relate with your friends, your faith should become your example. And the things you use, you're not putting it in their face, but it's just real, it's just funny. What did you do this morning? I prayed before I left home. Because I pray. I'm not trying to display to you I pray, but that's what I do. And what did you do this weekend? I went to church. That's what I do. It's just what I do. And so that becomes part of your conversation, and as you begin to know more about their life, you can begin to give them the solution that Christ has given to you. And they are able to trust you because you care about them. So that's
I think it's very simple the whole thing about friends. For example, like you said, it should be something very natural. All as we all get closer to God, that relationship aspect will flow. For example, if you ask me like, what did you do this weekend? Like, wow, when I was young, the only people would have thought were like, oh, what did I do at home? Should I say I don't know my fiance? No, but we have a relationship that just naturally flows. And I feel like with God, as we get closer to Him, for example, if I have friends who listen to music, listen to hip hop, if I'm in a place where I listen to hip hop as well, but I listen to hip hop that is more positive, or even as far as going to Christian hip hop, it will just naturally, like if we Oxford, I'll play my music, it won't be Christian hip hop, it won't be over the top like, okay, this is my time to be listening to that. It won't be like that, it will be like something natural. And I believe that as a young person, if you're in a place, or if we are in a place where our way of communicating with Christ becomes vague, we need to go back to what she is saying, which is the relationship. Because God doesn't want us to be bigger with friends.
My view is it's winning souls is when a soul comes to Christ, right? That's what the lingo means, to win a soul. Is everybody called to win a soul? I hesitate because I don't like the way how it's put out there. Go win souls. I don't know. I just live the love that I feel. If you are pulled and called by that, we praise God. I am called to reflect Him. It's like in our conversation, I'm called to reflect Him. He called me. He will call you. If I allow Him to live and to shine through me, He will call you. Because the same thing that He did for me, He doesn't love me any more than He loves you, that person who's a sinner. His love for us is equal. Now, whether they choose to see it and accept it and latch on to it, that's their choice, and He will not impose Himself upon them. But for me, I'm just called to live in Him and to give an opportunity to shine in the lives of the people that I meet and interact with. Is it the case that I've gone to people and kind of like, it's not my style personally to go and say, you need to give your life to God, yada yada yada. Sometimes. with my brothers. There's my story. But then on a regular friendship, no, it's not really something that I do. I just live. I just live. But then people start asking me questions. And when they ask me questions, I say, hey, here we go. You've asked, the door is open, I'm gonna let you know. What do you do? Oh, I'm facing this. What would you do? Me? I pray. That's what I do. You pray, is that effective? Yes. Da, da, da. And I have found that for me, that has been the most effective way to play this for me. I have seen people do a U-turn. Have I ever said, you need to? No. They come, oh, I know you pray. Where do you pray? Oh. Looking for a church. Do I necessarily invite them to my church? No. Depending on where they live, what's closest to them, if they're French or if they're English or if they're, I try to locate one. That's right.
So just to kind of add to what she said, I like the way she kind of said that do I necessarily go to people and say that? Because I found for myself it was natural for me to do this and this. Like I found that it was easier to just start a conversation and form a relationship with that person, and almost every time, somewhere in this conversation, they were going to ask me questions. An example is I went to the hospital 2 weeks ago to visit a friend, and the man next door overheard us praying for this person. And as I walked by him, I just kind of said, you know, guy, like, who's there? And he stopped and asked to say, like, what were you doing? And there is an open door. But before, and then, he kind of reverted and said, oh, who are you? What school do you go to? And I kept the conversation after. I didn't go back to, prayer is this. And eventually he went back and said, I've never prayed before. And he started to kind of just share with me. And then I say, oh, you need to give your life to Christ and not. No, and it's funny because in the moment I thought, oh, maybe I should have told him that. And then something that came to me later is, well, if he's going to try praying, which he told me, I think God can do that all by himself. I think God can bring him to that place of, receive me or so forth. And I think we have to be careful of not carrying, and maybe this is my opinion, but carrying like that weight or that guilt of, oh my gosh, I didn't tell him to go to Christ. Is he ever going to go to Christ now? Like that kind of mentality.
Can I just say that I think I've specifically, like, in my school, gone out, sought people to have conversations about the gospel, and that's what I do. And I've gone overseas to do the same thing. But I think our misconception is that we think the gospel can only be presented in one way. Like, do you know that Jesus, blah, blah. You can start talking about Apple, computers, and all of a sudden I can talk about how the gospel relates to consumerism and the American, and just different things. So I think you can present the gospel, like the gospel can be presented, it should stay the same, like the truth of the gospel is the same, it can be presented in different ways, and there are different avenues to present it, like, and without even the intention of starting to infiltrate people, just, I'm talking to you, we're having a conversation.
That's just my avenue, and you have to know where you are and what's comfortable for you.
If we're all going,
that's fine.
And if you're reserved.
You wouldn't think, but I'm naturally a very shy person. So, but I use opportunities. Opportunities comes up. St. Patty's Day. Oh, you're going? No, I don't take part in that. I don't drink. What? No, I'm a Christian. And even the Christian terms, these days it's rubbing me the wrong way because, oh my goodness. So I try to say that, but I'm a Bible believing Christian. Because, anyways. But you get opportunities, What do you do with your kids for Halloween? Oh, we don't celebrate Halloween. Celebrate Halloween? No, we don't believe in that. We celebrate. Go Easter hunt? No, we don't do that. We celebrate the resurrection of Christ on Easter. These opportunities, people ask. You just plant them there.
We all make that.
Yes. Because we're reflecting Him. It's that. Well, if you're reflecting Him, His purpose is to save those. Because He doesn't love you any more than He loves them. So if we're reflecting Him, it would be natural that we'll be making disciples. No, because you both have your hands.
sure that we don't need to like, as I heard a recent term, shoving the Bible down people's throats. Maybe that's a better word, but wow. So like people in the world are already irritated by Christians, you know. But at the same time, I think there needs to be balance in that. Because I think it's easy for someone to kind of just be like, to use it as an excuse, like it's not, I don't need to, like, to not see it as their responsibility to still be like, to still be an impact. Like a lot of, like I think that there's a problem if you're going for long periods of time personally, and the people around you are not being affected in terms of like seeing the light of Jesus Christ. Like I still think there should be a desire to want to share Christ with people. Like the way I see this, people are going to hell. That's a big problem, right? So I still think there should be more of. I'm trying to find a way to word it. We can't get too comfortable in, oh, I have Christ, and it's good for me, and meanwhile all your coworkers are going to hell, you know? I think that's the only thing that I've kind of noticed is people saying, well, I don't want to throw it down people's throat, you know, I don't want to do that. But then, you know, having a strategy to still make that and to win.
The truth is, can you have a relationship with someone that you truly love and care about, and other people around you don't know?
Yeah, no. Yeah.
It doesn't happen.
To your question, yes. If you don't talk to people and you don't care about people. And
then you're not in relationship with the
Yeah,
people
because
around you.
so that is the key thing.
And love is the one that leads.
Yeah, so that's the key thing. Do we even care about the people around us? Do we care that they're going to hell? Do we care if a car hits, if a bus hits the person that you go to class with and they die? Is it going to be more like, oh, poor guy, okay, life goes on? Or is it going to affect you? Do you really care about people? So if we don't care about people, then we can't win them. We are not going to win them. So it becomes critical that as believers, we love people. Really, genuinely love people, that it affects us when things happen to them. Then ministering to them just becomes, it just follows. Like you said, they will all know about the people in your life that matters to you because you love them and connect to them.
Not even so much because I love them, honestly, but because it's about relationship with people. I'm alive and I'm not. I mean, people typically, if you interact with people, even imperfect strangers, for more than 2 minutes, people start talking to you and want to know, oh, so are you married? Do you have any kids? You know, people are just curious. And I mean, if something is important to you, it will come up. We identify ourselves by certain things, by certain markers. And if you're in the position where you don't care that somebody just got hit by, you have a bigger problem. We have a huge problem. Let's go back, rewind, and let's introduce you to Jesus. The part of coming to salvation that typically breaks us is realizing that, oh my goodness, He loves me. Like, how could this be? And growing in that, I don't know how you cannot care, period, about people around you. I don't know. When you have met Him, and we are all His children. He doesn't value, He doesn't play favorites. He does not play favorites. He plays intimates. That's it. But He loves each and every one, even the serial killer on death row.
I said I like what everyone has said, and what I try to remember, something that helped me was to realize that everybody cares in different ways. And for me, that was important to identify because I looked at how many people cared for someone, and when my caring didn't look like theirs, it made me feel like I didn't care, and I didn't even know how to explain that. Yeah, I do care, but I just don't cry like that. Like, it's not as easy for me to cry, for example. So understanding how it is that I care for people
helps me to even just be able to evaluate, do I even care for that person based on how I care? So I think for some of us, maybe take that to account as well. Know who you are and how you operate when you're caring for people. And then only use that as your measure. First, ask yourself, do I care about them? And don't kind of compare to what other people do, because that can create a problem where it doesn't need to be one. And then you focus more on trying to be a caring person rather than actually just naturally caring.
So you're looking this way instead of looking this way. You're taking your guidance and your direction from what everybody else is doing or how they should be doing it, instead of taking it from